One of the people who's going to come and talk to us right now is Bret Baier from the Fox News Channel. Good morning to you, Bret.
Good morning.
Okay, so the president has been out on his economic speech tour, and there is a part of this speech in which he has been talking about what he calls phony scandals. Take a listen.
With this endless parade of distractions and political posturing and phony scandals, Washington's taken its eye off the ball. And I'm here to say this needs to stop.
So the president says there are a bunch of phony scandals out there. I noted that on Fox News yesterday, Patricia Smith, the mother of Sean Smith, said, my son died in Benghazi, and I don't think it's a phony scandal. I note this morning that the family of Brian Terry, who died in Fast and Furious, has said the same thing. And as we look at the IRS investigation, it seems to be a drip, drip, drip that gets every day increasingly close to the White House. Do you think that these are phony scandals, Bret Baier? And what do you think the president's doing by calling them phony scandals?
Well, I mean, clearly it's a strategy to, try to get it out there and turn the page. The president himself essentially said there were serious problems and a big issue at the IRS when he talked about it at first. And Benghazi, despite the fact that it doesn't get a lot of coverage, there's still stuff coming out all the time about that. The White House would like all of this to go away and the president to focus on the economy, because I think they've seen the polls drop precipitously, in part because he's not dealing with the economy.
Yeah, and so he, as they say, I've heard it said, he wants to get his groove back. Do you think it's working?
Everything we've read so far on both sides of the aisle and reaction so far has not been that kind. Most people are characterizing it as kind of a campaign speech, something that could have been delivered, before the election in 2012. And, we are in the fifth year of this presidency, and, the whole back and forth with Republicans and characterizing them as standing in the way, while some of that may in fact be true, I think there's a hunger for, a leadership to get everybody to the table. At least that's what we sense from talking to people around the country.
Hey, Bret, what do you make of the New York mayor's race? And we had the recent revelations of Anthony Weiner coming out, and we had the spectacle of the press conference with his wife, Huma Abedin, standing next to him and really participating in his defense. Latest poll shows that Anthony Weiner is down almost 20 points from the last poll, and he's running in second place, but still in second place in the Democratic runoff. Covering American politics has become kind of salacious these days, hasn't it?
It has. This story is quite something. It's one thing if, he came out and he said these are texts from before, but this is a year after that he, had this mea culpa and this big press conference where he said he was going to fix his life. It was just days before this People magazine article comes out where he's saying I'm a changed man and about being a husband and a father. Listen, I don't know how much it factors into New York, but it is salacious, and it's something to watch.
It's sort of hard to watch in some regards, isn't it? I almost want to avert my eyes. It's so painful to see.
It is.
Yeah.
It is painful.
Let me ask you about this discussion that's going on here in Washington among Republicans, especially in the Senate, about whether or not they should try to defund Obamacare, even if it means we might possibly have to shut down the federal government to do it. There are some Republicans, I think about 12 of them, who say this is the path we should take. And there's a lot of Republicans who say, nope, I'm not ready to go that way. How do you think that's ultimately going to be resolved?
I don't think the 12 are going to have success. I think they're going to have problems within their own party. But clearly they're trying to find any way possible to slow or stop or completely get rid of Obamacare. That doesn't seem to be overall how Republicans are looking at it. And while they all want to do something to repeal it, they're not sure that the debt ceiling is the lever to do it. So I think it's going to be a tough road for those 12.
Bret Baier is a guest, of course. He's the anchor's special report on Fox News Channel every weekday at 6 p.m. And, Bret, we had the Attorney General come out, and he's messing with Texas, Bret. You don't mess with Texas.
Yeah.
He's actually...
over the Voting Rights Act. What's surprising is that, it's just 1 month after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled on this, and, the Justice Department, the Attorney General feels that the voter ID law in Texas needs to go through a federal pre-screen. I think that this is going to be a major battle because Texas will fight it tooth and nail.
Well, and is this really the fight that the administration wants to pick? Because it could actually elevate to a national level, even more so than he already has been, Rick Perry, who is sort of making noise that he might have presidential ambitions. Or are they doing this cynically to sort of draw him out and put him at odds with minority voters?
Well, I think whatever the reasoning is, the political implications of it and trying to turn Texas blue is part of it. Listen, voter ID laws, you can have the argument all day long, but if you have to get an ID to get welfare or housing or
Obamacare,
or anything, I mean, you have to have an ID. So it's a tough argument to make, I think, for the public overall to say, why shouldn't you have an ID when you vote?
But it also sort of falls, don't you think, Bret, into this category of the Obama administration. If it doesn't like a particular ruling or if it doesn't like a particular law, well, as the president said yesterday, I'm not going to wait on Congress. If I can act unilaterally through executive action, I'm going to do that. The Attorney General seems to be saying at the same time, I heard what the Supreme Court said. I disagree with it, so I'm going to find a backdoor way to do what I want to do anyway. It seems as if they don't particularly like something that gets handed to them. They find a way to just work around it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Brian, and that's and a lot of critics are saying that's not the way to do it. Supporters are saying, it shows passion, and this is the way that you fight injustice rather in rulings or decisions. And it's amazing that has come up this way numerous times, but it's the way this administration sees it.
All right. Well, Bret Baier, what's coming up? Do you have anything coming up this weekend on the Chris Wallace show?
I actually don't know who the guests are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't mean to catch it off guard.
I should be fully briefed, Brian, but I don't know.
Well,
Chris, it's all right. I mean,
there'll be a strong memo from Chris Wallace to follow.
I'm sure you're still heartbroken over the fact that Phil Mickelson's going to get hit with a 62% tax bill because he won the British Open.
Man, back-to-back wins, and he takes 61%. I know.
That'll show you. Stop all that
right.
achieving, Phil.
Exactly.
All right. Bret Baier, thank you so much. Always